Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy AdrianGames in the building, and today we're going to be reacting to a poetic flakko video. So I believe Andrew Tate recently got locked up, and it's been getting like a lot of stuff's been coming out, and it's been getting a little bit worse, more worser and worser by the minute. So we're gonna go see what that's about, and just give this video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell. Make sure to check out my links below, and if you got anything else you want to see me react to, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. Without any further ado, we're going to get started, and we're going to see what this is about. But yeah.
Andrew Tate is 100% fried and cooked after being arrested by U.S. Marshal pending an extradition to the UK. Yo, after what I heard today, if Andrew Tate is extradited to the UK, Andrew Tate will spend the rest of his life in prison. And I'm almost certain about that based on how things are going. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Andrew Tate is charged with being in possession of inappropriate images of underage women. Well, a clip is surfacing right now of Andrew Tate admitting that he had a girl doing webcam services for him when she was underage.
Andrew.
And I only get away with that because the girl of 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28. Vivian's like 21. Girl of 6 years plays along. Vivian's like 21. Girl of 6 years plays along.
Vivian's like 21.
Whoa.
If the clip was hard to follow, let me break it down. He said this girl called Vivian was doing cam services for him for about 6 years. He would also say that Vivian is currently 21 and she would help him.
Yeah, Andrew Tate, you caught yourself right there. Like, he's on video saying it. Man, Andrew Tate, I don't know why you would do that. Well, I don't know what was going through his head. That ain't right.
Make other girls feel comfortable doing cam services. Well, if Vivian is 21 and she had been doing cam services for 6 years for Andrew Tate, then that would mean that she was doing cam services well before she was legal. And that's terrible. Like, is evidence like this is going to be presented in court, and I just don't know how he's going to talk his way out of it. Now, a legal expert went on Piers Morgan, and he broke down the intricacy of this case, the possibility of him not being extradited, and Trump stepping in and intervening, and him staying. He also talked about possible sentences for the Tate brothers. Everything just looked terrible right now for Andrew Tate. Like,
That's
he's
all
absolutely
bad.
cooked.
It's terrible.
Amber, thank you very much indeed for joining me. How significant are these arrests of Andrew and Tristan Tate on United States soil, especially given the fact there is an extradition treaty, obviously, with the UK, and the belief is the UK are pushing to have them brought to the UK for justice?
Piers, good to be with you. It's very significant. We're talking about 59 total charges now, relating to 7 alleged victims for offenses that span between 2010 and 2017. You have the 21 original charges, and now you have 38 new charges. And so you have 3 alleged victims in the first round of charges, and now an additional 4 victims here. And I know that there's talk on the internet that somehow the Trump administration and allies are going to somehow block the extradition. But since the extradition treaty has been signed between the UK and the US, only one case has ever even been held up for extradition. This is a matter of course where people accused of serious crimes, and this is a serious crime, and when there is at least probable cause that there's enough evidence to justify the arrest, that those people are sent back. It may take a while, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but these brothers, I believe, will be sent back to the UK and they will face justice.
What the UK did was very strategic because how they're moving right, like, they kind of silenced a lot of the Andrew Tate's defense. Because right now it's impossible to defend Andrew Tate and not sound like an absolute weirdo and creep.
Yeah, because, bro, like, in high school, Andrew Tate was all like, bro, not all I watched, heck no, but, like, I genuinely did watch him a lot and watch his clips. I supported Andrew Tate and whatnot, but then after all this stuff starts to come out, I just, had to, dang, man, shoot. Oh, shit. And then you got all this evidence actually coming out and stuff, and it getting worse. At first, everybody was making it sound like, oh, yeah, Andrew Tate's locked up, but he didn't do it. I don't know, but dang, man, it's kind of turning around for him in a bad way. It just sucks to see, genuinely, but yeah.
See, the first charges they had on Andrew Tate originally in like 2024, it was like a lot of people knew about it, but they kind of, you know, like correlated it with pimping, right? Because the charges were, he was trafficking women, and then they list out the charges and the details, and it's like, oh, he convinced women through the Playboy method to do webcam services, and then he convinced them to give him all the money. Well, that's just pimping. Right now, regardless of your opinion on the morality of pimping, most men are not looking at you as an absolute monster for pimping.
Exactly.
But when the UK came with the additional charges, and you hear things like corn with underage people, inappropriate images with underage people, like corn, hold on, bro, child corn, hold on, bro. Now it becomes impossible to defend, because if you're going to defend Andrew Tate, you're going to have to put your name and reputation on the line right now. Before trial even starts, before you even get a chance to see the evidence they have, you got to put your name right now on the record that you are defending Andrew Tate regardless of the illicit images of underage people that they claim he was in possession of. Because if you put your name on the line right now and it comes out it's true, oh, you in for a world of trouble. So right now, a lot of people defending Andrew Tate is kind of backing off.
Exactly.
I even seen Sneeko, who was defending Andrew Tate in 2024. Now, I know Sneeko and Andrew Tate had their issues as of recent, but even Sneeko is going off on Andrew Tate right now.
So now you're promoting Me Too feminist culture. The fall off is crazy.
See, it's not Me Too feminist culture. It's the fact that they're actually guilty. And I looked through, well, apparently, according to them, I don't know, allegedly they're guilty. Allegedly. At the time, I did believe it. I believe that they were innocent, but you look into it more, and you look into what the Loverboy method is, and you look into what that is. They literally said that they were recruiting women to pimp them out.
Exactly.
They had a course talking about how you could become a pimp. Word for word. They just spell out exactly what the Loverboy method is. They say, this is how you do it. If you want a girl to fall in love with you so that you could traffic her, buy my course and I'll teach you how. So first you make her fall in love with you. You have to with her. Then you program her. Then you take her passport. Then she's in love with you. Then you put her on OnlyFans. It's like, that's what the Loverboy method is, word for word. That's what pimping is, allegedly. I don't know what I'm talking about, allegedly. To a T, that's exactly what pimping is, and they just did it online. And they did it in Europe with white women. Look at that, too. You know what's so funny? Is that the Tates started grifting the white supremacists, like the white incels, the skin worshippers. They literally got rich pimping out European white women because they were better for money. Like, they made more money. Do you think that they were pimping out Asian girls and black girls? No, they moved to Romania because the crimes, they thought that we're going to get away with it. They said, Romania's the third world country. I can be a mob boss. I'm a mafia.
Yeah, exactly. They
Rob
thought
the police.
I'm like the cartel of Romania.
Sneeko and Andrew Tate has had their issues as of lately, so take that with a grain of salt. But that's just an example of somebody who was on the opposite side of the spectrum in 2024 when his Andrew Tate allegations first dropped to where they're at right now. And I feel like when the brother said, yo, man, bro, Trump and them ain't touching.
Hey, let's just be real though. Sneeko is doing all that to Andrew Tate because Andrew Tate never accepted Sneeko. I'm not trying to do that, but like, we got to do that. It's true, bro. Man, that dude looked up to Andrew Tate hella. Like that was his pops. I'm just gonna put it out there, man.
I agree. Trump is not touching this. Now,
Exactly. Yeah, he ain't touching that.
Assumption he's cool with Barron. He's cool with Don Jr. Trump and them arranged for him to come from Romania to the United States. They were involved in that. They arranged the travel plans to fly for him to just go directly from Romania to the U.S. so he doesn't stop in Europe. But now I feel like Donald Trump ain't touching this, man. The charges is just too foul and flagrant. What would Donald Trump look like from going to being accused of being Epstein's best homie and best friend, to go from being accused of being in the Epstein files, to go from being accused of protecting the Epstein class, to then protecting Andrew Tate and stopping him from being extradited when we're talking about charges involving underage people? That level of PR is something that
I mean, Trump's been doing a lot of things to make the country mad. So you know, you never know. He might fuck around and do that. It is a better decision for him to not do that. He probably would. He most likely isn't going to do it though.
You don't want to touch that. So unfortunately for Andrew Tate, yo, he hedged his bet on somebody who's the most disloyal human being on planet Earth. Trump don't care about you, bruh. Right? Yo, you traded on your own.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then also, oh no, that never mind. Now Sneeko. I was gonna say he rejected Andrew Tate's offer to take a photo with him, but no, that was Sneeko. Like I think Sneeko wanted to like take a photo with him or something or meet him, and Trump didn't let that happen.
You traded on your own people, your brother. His father is like a black guy from Chicago, I heard. So you traded on your own folks to support that family just for them to trade on you.
Now you have an additional delay in the United States because the brothers are going to be able to try to fight extradition. It's a loser. They're not going to stop the extradition, but they can go from judge to appellate court, even to the U.S. Supreme Court. They can fight it all the way. But here's the bright spot for those of us who want justice, is that as they appeal, they are most likely going to be held in a detention facility, in a jail. They're not going to be out there living the high life like they have been in Florida. They're not going to be co-hosting bare knuckles fighting competitions. They're going to be in a cell while they wait through the appeals.
There was a statement from Joseph McBride, who's the lawyer representing both brothers. Last night, the United Kingdom, a corrupt and fallen nation that jails its own citizens for tweets while ignoring gangs it found too inconvenient to prosecute, conjured up a wave of charges against the Tate brothers. This is not law enforcement. This is a political hit ordered by a dying empire that fears two free men with a microphone more than it fears actual criminals walking its streets. And their case has been taken up by a lot of people online, including Nick Fuentes, who tweeted, "Free Andrew and Tristan Tate. It would be a national humiliation," he said, the United States to allow the UK to extradite them. Two American citizens over trumped-up Me Too charges.
Yeah, it's looking like the Tate brothers is cooked, bro. They officially cooked, man. And it's like a way less than 50, not even less than 50% chance, probably less than 20, probably less than 10% chance that it ain't gonna be a good look. It ain't gonna be good for them in the courtroom. It isn't.
The same country that persecutes white people for speech while importing rapist migrants. So you can see the way the political wind is blowing here in certain quarters. The Trumps have historically been, reasonably friendly in terms of their view of the Tates. Does this change that?
I don't think so, Piers, because it's limited to what the Trumps can do here. So first off, what hypocrisy for these internet influencers to take the side of the Tates when they are some of the leading voices against Epstein and the so-called Epstein class. Well, how is this any different than what Epstein had done? At least the accusations are just as serious here, but yet they take up for these guys. I don't know the difference other than I guess they identify Andrew Tate with themselves and the MAGA movement. But even if Trump wanted to do something here, the court system is independent. The only thing that the Trump administration could do if they wanted to is that at the very end, when the courts have ruled and they're about to sign off on sending them back to the UK, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, could block it because he could say that this is a political prosecution, and that would violate Article 4 of the treaty between the US and the UK. But that is almost never the case. I mean, that has happened once to a diplomat, not someone like this. And does the Trump administration really want to be on the side of these notorious manosphere misogynist?
Yeah, but realistically, like Trump's probably not gonna help out Andrew Tate because like he's already got a lot of shit like the Epstein files to deal with and shit. He ain't gonna help Andrew Tate given all this stuff. It just went down. Yeah, no, that ain't happening, bro. Same thing for Tristan, bro. You never know though. With all the stuff that's happening in the world, man, they just might fuck around, let him off or whatever.
Pro-terrorist individuals? I don't think so. And remember, even in the MAGA movement, there's a split when it comes to the Tates, because Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and his attorney general have been trying to get them arrested in Florida.
There's a 0% chance that Marco Rubio is doing this. Yo, JD Vance and Marco Rubio are literally campaigning right now, to be president. Yo, Trump is still president. Vance is doing every podcast in the world. He's going on liberal outlets like The View to campaign for presidency. And his only opponent right now, and like on the right, is Marco Rubio. And Rubio is campaigning right now. He's working with media. He's putting out stories like, hey, listen, man, Trump going too far. I had nothing to do with that. So these folks ain't about to take that risk, bro.
Exactly,
Pardon,
yeah.
Andrew Tate? And then you got an answer for this in about 2 years? Imagine being on a debate stage after Andrew Tate, right? So let's just say this. Imagine being on the debate stage, and then somebody brings up, what's your take on Donald Trump like doing everything in his power to suppress the Epstein files? And then you go, well, listen, man, that was the president's decision. I had nothing to do with that. And then they say, but ain't you the one who stopped Andrew Tate from being extradited to face his charges with underage women? And then you got an answer to that? Man, stop it, bro.
Yeah, no.
You got to answer to the women voters, the female voters who they hate the red pill. Even if they are right wing, they hate the red pill manosphere bros. Man, nobody is taking this risk, bro. If I'm Andrew Tate, I would have stayed in Dubai, bro. Andrew Tate had a better chance of staying in Dubai, living in Dubai, and forgetting about it. Forgetting about Miami, forgetting about New York, forgetting about all of it, bruh. Stay in Dubai, be rich, be healthy, and never leave at all. See, because when you're in Dubai and you're somebody with that much money or as much funds that Andrew Tate reportedly has, because Andrew Tate claims he has like $1 billion, right? Which I like highly doubt. But Andrew Tate reportedly makes about what, $10 million a month off of like the university.
Mm.
So let's just say he's been making about, I don't know, $100 million for about 4 years now. So Andrew Tate got that much money. He essentially can break any law he wants to break in Dubai. They would never extradite him. He has enough money to sit with the princes. So Andrew Tate left that for Miami, especially, the minute he arrived in Florida, the AG said, oh yeah, we're launching an investigation on Andrew Tate and finding out whatever we can charge him with, we're going to charge him with because we don't want him in our state. I don't know why he would do this to himself, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. Y'all think Andrew Tate coming home? Y'all think Trump is going to step in? But if you enjoy...
You never know, like I said, with the way the world's working, but most likely not. I don't think he's going to step in. And yeah, it's not looking good for Andrew Tate. I'm going to be honest, man. Yeah, like when you do things like that, that's how they get you, bro. I honestly think no matter what country he moved to, they were gonna get him no matter what. The way he moves around, but yeah, y'all let me know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and just comment down below what else I should react to or something like that. Thank you guys, and I'll be out of here. Peace.
I need a damn bottle or need something to drink. I'm thirsty.